Hey everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I'm your Wednesday Subweek's host. And this week we are going to talk about how our families and friends react to our paths. So, when I was growing up, my family was not overtly religious. My biological father is Catholic, never practiced, we never went to church. My mom is Methodist, has always been Methodist, but when we were growing up, we never went to church, which afforded me a lot of flexibility to kind of experience whatever religion I wanted to. And for a while, I did kind of hone in on the mainstream religion because that's really all I had access to at the time. You have to remember, I'm 45. I grew up with no internet, no cell phones. It was pretty much the library is what we had as far as our access to information. It's not like now. So mainstream religion was pretty much it. And I did study with different groups. I ended up joining the Mormon church when I was 15 on my own. I got baptized. I ended up leaving right before my 18th birthday for lots of different reasons, and that's a whole different story. And I found that I was searching for something that fit who I was. So I ended up looking for some tarot cards with a friend, and that started leading me down the path of where I'm at now. When I first started on this path, I was roughly 18 years old, maybe a little bit over. No, right before 18. And shortly after leaving the Mormon church, I think there was like a 4 or 5 month period there that I was learning different things that were opening my eyes to different things, and I was questioning things, and I left. And then, so when I left the church, I think my mom was a little concerned because I was very, very involved. Very involved. I was involved in a lot of youth groups and conferences and things like that. So when I went down this path that I'm on now, my mom was concerned, but she, like I said, was not very overly religious, so she didn't really say much. And I think that she thought it was a phase. I'm pretty sure that she thought it was a phase and thought, well, she'll just move on from this. My brothers kind of made a lot of jokes about it, and we're kind of shitty about it, to be honest with you. But they were young too. And my stepdad, because my stepdad was in my life, he didn't really have an opinion about it either way. Didn't really bother him, My sister was not born yet. As I got older and I started meeting more friends and things like that, it became more apparent to me that I needed to be a little more cautious of who my friends were. Because people, when they find out, at least in my experience, when they found out that I was a pagan, they would try to be my friends so they could save my soul. And I found that really hurtful, so I was a little more cautious on who I brought into my circle. And over time, my brothers kind of decided, it's your life, you do what you want, if you're happy, it's all good. My sister, who's a very open-minded, wonderful young woman, she's never had a problem with it. She's always thought it was cool or interesting. She's not really religious. She kind of wants to just be young, and that's cool. So my mom, when I was living with my folks, would not come in, didn't feel comfortable being in my room because I had an altar. Now, my altar I have now is to the Morgan, so it's darker. It's the darkest altar I ever had. I don't have crazy stuff on it, but it's dark colors, it's got a raven, it's got, you know, a candle with a skull on it, black candles. It's a little dark. Back then, mine was it was, I think, one of the times I remember specifically was my Ostara altar. So it was fairies and little baby chicks and little eggs. And it was very pastel-y. And she just got really creeped out by it. And I thought, really? This is okay. And she wanted to, you know, pray for me. Now, my mom is kind of flip-flop with my dad, my stepdad. He's a little bit more religiously judgmental. My mom is a little bit more laid back when it comes to my religion. But I really think that my family's come to realize that this is just who I am. It's not a phase. They're not overly supportive. I don't want to say they're supportive. They don't call me and say happy Samhain or anything like that. They have no clue and really obviously don't care to. My friends, my close friends are either pagan or very accepting of my beliefs, and maybe they're Christian or Jewish or Muslim or whatever, and they accept me for who I am and what I believe, because they know I'm a good person, so they don't worry about religion. And when I go out and meet new people, I specifically don't tell them what my religion is for two reasons. One, because it shouldn't matter. When I meet somebody, I don't go, "You Catholic? Are you Jewish? Are you Muslim? Are you Buddhist?" I don't care. Are you a good person? That's what I care about. So that's number one. Number two is people who don't know you, the real you, because of their preconceived judgments or notions about your beliefs, will intentionally, subconsciously, intentionally, really destroy any chance of you guys being friendly, because they will make you out to somebody you're not before they have a chance to get to know you. So I don't talk to people about my religion. I generally don't anyways. You know, when you come to my house, you can tell I'm a pagan. You can tell I'm a pagan. There's no hiding it. And so when people come over, they ask me questions and I explain it. You know, I'm a pagan. This is who I am. I've only had one person who felt like I hid it from them, and we're no longer friends. And that was primarily because, you know, I tried to explain to her that I didn't ask your religion. That wasn't a part of the conversation. So, you know, but she's closed-minded and didn't want to hear what I had to say because I was a liar. So, okay. But I found that over the years, people have become a little bit more, I don't want to say accepting, but silence to me is acceptance. So maybe their silence is they're accepting this is who she is. You know, it's not a phase, and that's it. So I've had sorry. I've had bad experiences with people in the general public. When I've worn a pentagram or a pentacle out. And, but they're not my friends or family, so that's a different video altogether. But right now, I live out of the broom closet. I am not at work, but work, I'm a different person than I am at home. I have to be. I work in a very male-dominated industry with a lot of men who are not really open to women's opinions. So I find it the best way for me to approach that is my personal life is my personal life, and I don't mix it with my work life. And that's just the way it is. But anyways, I'm rambling now because I'm exhausted. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Like the video if you like it. And yeah, and tell me your experiences. What's going on with you guys? What are your what does your family and friends think about this? How do you deal with it? I would love to hear that. So, thank you so much for watching, and until next month, blessed be. Bye.